Hello and welcome everyone. It is a new season on the Division 2. It is season 3 of Year 7 Mutiny. And like with every season, what we're going to do in this video is take you over a seasonal modifier guide. Now, these are a full breakdown of the modifiers for the season. We talk over it all, we read through it, and we explain everything that you need to know about it so that hopefully I cover any questions that you have in this video. It might turn into a bit of a long one, but I aim to cover everything. Now, if you do have any questions at the end, if I miss anything, just drop it down in the video comments and I'll try and help. So we're going to start with the global modifier. This is called Command Link. It's their global modifier for the whole season, and you have to activate it if you want to have it active, or you can deactivate it if you don't want to use it at all. But this is how it works this season. So Command Link turns you and your True Son's companion into coordinated fire team. Each teamwork action grants Command Link points. They apply a short combat buff and charges your companion's active ability. When the meter is full, you can hold T to deploy it. This is obviously on PC. I think that's like up on the D-pad on controller. Teamwork actions. These are all the different actions that you can do with your companions. So this season is all about companions. We will discuss that in a moment, how you can recruit companions, how all they work, their traits, every trait you can look for. We got all that covered in this video. But first, let's talk about the teamwork actions that you can do with them. And we'll show you in a moment how you do all this as well. So priority kill. When a companion kills your marked target, it grants 40% weapon handling and 10% rate of fire for 10 seconds. And that's going to award you 30 command link points. Crossfire kill. You or your companion kill an enemy after you have both dealt damage to it. Grants 25% credit damage for 10 seconds and awards 40 command link points. Reposition. Companion completes a move to cover order. That will grant 40% reload speed for 10 seconds and awards 10 command link points. Assist. You or your companion kill an enemy attacking the other. That's going to grant 15% weapon damage for 10 seconds and awards 20 command link points. Buddy aid. You or your companion revive the other during combat. Will grant 35% bonus armor for 10 seconds and awards 45 command link points. And collateral kill. Companion kills an enemy on their own. That will award you 15 command link points. All command link buffs have stacking durations as well. So if you keep on doing it, you can keep on stacking on top of those durations. As we scroll down, we've got companion commands. So you aim and press T on keyboard and mouse to attack a target. You hold T to activate the ability, so the command link. And if you're in cover and you aim to another bit of cover, you can press T to move your companion into that cover. We'll show you how that works in a moment. There's passive recruit bonuses as well. So while the global modifier is active, recruited companions grant passive bonuses, even when no companion is spawned. These bonuses are doubled when the player has no active companion. Now, this is a big one. I didn't see this in the PTS, so this was quite new, but this is really good, especially if you're not enjoying the companions this season. So again, we'll cover this in a moment, but what these passives are, assault recruits, once you've recruited 10 of those, you are going to have 15% weapon damage at base, and then 30% if you have no companion active at all. But you've got to recruit 10 assault recruits to get to 15%. It's 1.5% per recruit. Medic recruits is going to give you 2% hazard protection each, so that's going to go up to 20% once you've recruited 10. Engineer recruit, 1.5% skill efficiency. That goes up to 15% once you've recruited 10 engineers. There are co-op rules to this, so when you're playing solo, it's great, but when you play co-op, only one companion can be active for the group at one time. There's a 90-second lock, which applies when one is summoned. Shared actions such as crossfire, assist, buddy aid, and collateral reward all players though, and priority kill and reposition reward only the issuing player. So this means that when you are in a group, you will be still getting your command link bonuses. You can switch in and out different companions to use their abilities and things like that. So what I want to do now is spend a little bit more time with the companion, how you start this, how you recruit companions, how you do all this, because so many questions about this, and I want to try and cover all this in the video now. So when you start up this new season, you are going to have a new side activity over in East Mall. You'll see this side activity icon near the Dark Zone checkpoint there, and it's called Mutiny Hotspot. You'll need to head to this location to kick off this season and get granted with your first companion. When you get there, there's going to be a true sun fighting some enemies. You'll clear the enemies, complete the mission, and you'll want to recruit your assault companion. And once you've recruited them, it explains how you go into your active modifiers and you equip an active modifier to have your companion active. So let's take a look at those active modifiers, because companions are basically those for this season. So we know how active modifiers work in the previous seasons. This season, they're going to be a companion. And the first one you're going to get is Spearhead, which is the assault companion. Now, the description for the assault companion is this assault companion fires an RPG that deals explosive damage and inflicts bleed on all enemies within 5 meters. You and your allies gain 15% damage to targets out of cover for 10 seconds on activation as well. The command link cost is 100. So you've got to get 100 command link points in order to activate that RPG. And if we go back to the global modifier, this is where all this comes into play now, because obviously when you're doing these teamwork actions with your companion, you are gaining command link points all of the time. So you're building those command link points up so that once you've got enough command link points, you can basically do their special. And it's 100 points to be able to do the RPG, and you can keep on doing that, keep on building those points up, keep on using that RPG. Now, every single companion you get, doesn't matter which one it is, will all come with traits as well. There's certain traits for different types of companions. I do have a list of all of those we'll go through in this video. So this current one that I've got has got 2 traits on it: Frag Expert, where it carries and throws frag grenades, and Opportunistic Operator, where 25% damage to enemies affected by status effects. Then there's companion stats there, which I've blanked out for now, but I've maxed out my level, so they'll all be maxed. And then you can see some additional effects for leveling up your companion as well. So at level 2, it's going to get 15% explosive damage and blast radius increase for 7 meters. At level 3, 20% explosive damage, 10 meters blast radius, and explosion leaves a burning area for 5 seconds. So you got to level them up, and you level them up by basically your companion getting kills pretty much and doing stuff that are in the teamwork section. So when we go to global modifier, the more of this you're doing with your companion, the more points you're going to get to level them up. It's 1000 like XP points per level for your companion, but it's only 2 levels you need to do. They start at level 1, you get them to level 2, you get them to level 3, and then they've got all of their level buffs as well. So that's the assault companion, and they give you that free to start off the season. Then you need to find more companions. You need to go out, find more. You need to find Techline, which is a engineer. The engineer companion deploys a turret that targets all enemies for 20 seconds. You and your allies gain 15% skill damage for the duration of that, and the command link cost for the engineer is 70 rather than 100, so a little bit cheaper for that one. Again, they'll come with different traits, and you can level this companion up as well. At level 2, the turret deals 15% damage and triggers a 10-meter EMP blast on expiry or destruction. And at level 3, turret deals 20% damage and fires explosive ammo. And then finally, you've got the quick fix modifier. This is the medic companion, which deploys a support station that revives, heals, and cleanses all allies within 7 meters for 20 seconds. You and your allies gain 15% armor on kill for that duration, and the command link cost for your medic is 80 points. This will also come with traits. There'll be stats there as well. And the effects when you level this one up: at level 2, the support station radius increased to 9 meters. Medic gains shock ammo for the duration. And at level 3, the support station radius increases to 12 meters. On expiry or destruction, emits a shock pulse to a 20-meter radius. So that's companions in a nutshell. We're going to go into more depth now though. So let's talk about how we recruit more companions, how we find Techline, how we find quick fix, how do we find more assaults? Because if we remember, going back to the global modifier, we have to recruit 10 assault recruits, 10 medic recruits, and 10 engineer recruits to get our maximum seasonal buffs. I'm going to show you now how to do it. We did like a 24-hour stream. We tried lots of different stuff on like how to get these companions to spawn regular. And one of the best ways that we found while we were streaming is, one way you can do it is just fast travel around safe houses. We noticed that there's a lot of companions in safe houses. Now, because I'm recording this, they're probably not going to spawn here, but it's worth a quick check. Just go around all the different safe houses and see if you can find any companions. Oh, we do have one. There we go. So we just came here. There's a assault companion sitting here, and happy days. Now, because we've already got an assault companion, what it does once you've already got it is it will give you what you've currently got with the tick. So we can see I've currently got an assault companion with frag expert, which carries and throws grenades, and opportunist operator for the 25% damage to enemies affected by status effect. However, this new one is going to come with a named trait there, Daredevil. He doesn't want us to read this because he's walking away, where it deals double damage while under 50% health. And also it's got opportunist operator again. So I can decide whether to recruit this companion or keep the one I've got. Now, I highly recommend while you're going through the start of this season to recruit every single companion that you see. Recruit every assault, recruit every medic, recruit every engineer, because you want to recruit 10 of each as fast as possible to get your maximum buffs. Once you've done that, the goal is then going to be to find the best companion with the best traits. You want to find one that has very good traits. And I will show you a list of all those traits in a moment so you can kind of plan what you are looking for. Now, one top tip for the assault, you can get a glass cannon assault where they do 25% damage. I found one of those in my 24-hour stream and I got delted right after, and when we came back I was rolled back and I lost him. I was so sad about that, and I'm still searching for my glass cannon companion. So that's going to kind of like be the end goal. Once you've recruited 10 of each, you're then going to be looking for the ones with the best traits. So how does that work? Well, very quickly before we show you other ways of finding companions, if we go back in here, when we recruit another companion, so say we were going to take on this assault now, it will take over and change the traits. That's all it's going to do. It's not going to reset the level. It's not going to reset any stats or anything like that. It's not going to change how it works. All it's going to do is swap the traits out, which is why it's showing you that. So if I took on this companion now and recruited him, I'd lose these traits and they'd be replaced with the traits that the new companion has. And that's all it does. And obviously, before you've got 10 of each, it's also going to give you a marker towards recruiting 10 of each. So yeah, like I said, make sure you get to 10 of each first, and then you want to find your favorite traits. So I'm going to leave him for now, even though it's got Daredevil, which sounds quite good. I quite like carries and throw frag grenades, so we're going to keep that one. I'm just going to leave him be, but if I wanted to, I could recruit and change those traits. Now, as I was saying, if you want to find more, you can keep on fast traveling around different safe houses. I am going to advise of this trick, actually. I wasn't going to mention it because it probably get patched. There's a little bit of a trick you can do to get the 10 companions very quickly. So very quickly, we'll just explain that. Now, if I did recruit this guy, what I could do is fast travel away to another safe house, fast travel back to this safe house. He's still gonna be here. It won't come up showing you what he's got because you've recruited him already, right? But if you hold F on him to recruit him again, or whatever it is on controller, it will recruit him again and count as additional marker towards your 10. So if you want to try and get those 10 very, very quickly, and this still works at the time of watching this video, just recruit, fast travel away, fast travel back, recruit, keep on doing it until you've done it 10 times, so you've got your seasonal modifier bonus unlocked, the maximum. Just something that we did during the stream. It worked a treat, and it just got those like 10 companions you needed out of the way very quickly. But back to how we keep finding companions. Like, you can keep on going around different safe houses. There's chance that a companion will spawn in any safe house on the map, so you can just keep on checking every single safe house and seeing if there's one there. There's another one now. As soon as we came, we got a medic in this safe house. So this medic, again, you can see my current traits that I have on the one I have. I got frag expert and combat medic, but this new medic comes with bang and clear, long range operator. So if I wanted to, I could recruit him now and I could have those new traits instead of the old. But I'm going to keep the ones that I've got because I prefer them. But in this instance of the trick that I just advised to you, I could now keep on going from this safe house to that safe house and keep on recruiting my 10 assault that I need and my 10 medics that I need, and straight away I've got my maximum buffs on that. So do try that. If that trick still works, it does save a little bit of time for you. Now, the other way of finding companions other than safe houses, I'm not sure if this is intended. Like, if this is not intended, it might be something that gets patched. But they're meant to be in the open world. They spawn a ton in the open world. You're just going to be doing open world activities and they're just going to pop up. Now, one of the grinds or farms that I like to do was East Mall. It seems to be like True Sun activities had more chance of them popping up because they are True Suns. I don't know whether that's an official thing or not, or whether that's just how it was. But here you've got True Sun control points all the way down. And I start a crash site and I just work all through this area and see how many companion encounters I get. Normally I get a few at least, sometimes had loads. You've also got some side activities that you can do in this area as you go that tend to be some True Suns activities as well. So yeah, that's what I'd advise to do. You can do this anywhere in the map though, it doesn't matter. And as for difficulty, it doesn't matter what difficulty you play on. If you're just looking to find companions real quickly, drop it down to hard, drop it down to normal. I didn't notice any difference from playing on a lower difficulty to a higher difficulty in like making the companion spawn more or not. So just drop it down and run through like this area or other areas. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to edit this footage. I'm going to do a run through here. I'm going to see how many companions we can get to spawn. So we've just done our first control point at crash site, and already we had a companion join us. So we can see a medic joined us here. Now you've got to wait till you get out of combat. You can't check him until all the enemies are clear. But it's the same as we just seen in the safe houses. You can see your current traits. You can see the new traits on this new companion here. And you can decide whether you want to recruit him or not. Obviously, we're still going for the 10 recruited companions. For each of them, you're going to want to recruit them anyway. But if you're now looking for the best traits, make a decision, recruit them or leave them. I'm going to carry on though. That was just the one control point we did there. We had one encounter. We're going to move on to the next one, see if we can find some more. And look at this, we have 3. I was hoping this was going to happen. This happened once in a 24-hour stream where I had all 3 different companions spawn, which is fantastic. Look at this. We've got an engineer, we got a medic, and we got an assault. So I can look at the traits on each of these, decide if I want to recruit them or not. We can have a look at the medic too. He's got hazard train there, triage trained, and now the assault as well. Will he have glass cannon? No, he doesn't. Low profile and cold-headed. That there would be 3 instant companions if you want to. And if you are just starting the season as well, obviously your first engineer and your first medic will be the ones that unlock those active modifiers for you to be able to use them as well. So it's very quick to get all 3 active modifiers. We haven't even done 2 control points yet and a couple of safe houses. And look how many we've seen already. But we're going to continue, see if we can get some more spots. We are now on another control point, and one has spawned with us. We've got an assault fighting with us. One thing I will advise while we're doing this is definitely if you play on higher difficulties, is I noticed, I don't know if they're on a timer or something, but sometimes they would disappear. So because this guy has just spawned in right at the start of this control point encounter, what I tend to do if I am playing on a higher difficulty is try and stay near him, especially if it's one that you want. Like I'm currently looking for an assault with glass cannon on, so I want to see what this guy has. So for that reason, I'm not going to call in the allies. I'm going to try and just clear the first part of this control point so we can get out of combat and I can check what traits this companion has. So just be mindful of that. There's been a few occasions where, yeah, they've just disappeared. So here's another one. Oh, we just got into combat again, so he's hiding again. You got to be out of combat to be able to interact with them. So let's just clear this next spot. There we go. We hit an elite resource convoy at the same time. But yeah, so now we're out of combat. We can check. Sometimes they still get stuck after combat in like a combat animation. If everybody does throw a grenade on them, they'll move and you'll be okay. He didn't have glass cannon on him. That's another companion. So already we've just done 3 control points. We hit 1 on crash site. We hit 3 around here. We've hit another one here. Can we get another one before we finish this area? We'll find out. And we've got 2 more companions just before we get to Metro Ruins. Which is good, because I didn't fancy doing Metro Ruins, because we got it up to Heroic. So we just got to quickly clear these enemies. And we'll take a look at these 2. We've got another assault and an engineer. So there we go. The assault carries it through riot foams, 50% threat generation. So we don't want him. And we can check the engineer as well. Absolutely plenty of companions as you can see, we didn't even get to the 4th control point there. And we had a spawn of 2, a spawn of 3, we had a singular one. You're going to have plenty of opportunity to recruit companions and have a look at all the different traits. Now, before we do continue, if you're wondering what all the different traits are and what you can find, here is a list on screen now. There's no credit on this image from the person that made it. I got sent this through someone watching a live stream in Discord DM, but I believe, to the best of my knowledge, there's a person called Virtuals that has made all of these. Absolute huge shout out for this. This is some great material. So I'm going to leave this on the screen just for a few seconds now while I'm talking. Take a screenshot because we're not going to read all through this, but I will explain. These are all the different traits that you can get, and you'll notice the icons next to the traits, whether it's engineer, medic, or assault. Red being assault, green being medic, blue being engineer. So that's what traits that can drop on those companions, and I believe it can be any two. I don't think you're stuck to just like one. We're gonna call it named because it's gold. I think you can get 2 gold. So for example, you could get glass cannon and juggernaut on an assault. I think that's a thing. So you could have a look at this and see which traits you really want to focus for your companions and kind of farm that out. Again, I'm really looking personally for a glass cannon assault. Really want one of those. 25% weapon damage, less armor, but that paired up with another damage one could make that companion very OP. So yeah, make sure you screenshot this. We're going to move on now. So now we know how to get our companions, how to unlock the quick fix, tech line, and spearhead, how to recruit more to max out all our global modifier perks. How does all this work is the next thing we're going to cover. So we've got all of our companions and we want to play with them in the field and we want to work with them so we can get all of these teamwork actions and build up their command link and use their command and things like that. So we will go through that now and show you how that works. So we'll start with priority kill. Priority kill, companion kills your marked target. This is going to grant 40% weapon handling and 10% rate of fire for 10 seconds and will get you 30 command link points. So we're just at the start of Viewpoint Museum. We're going to use this for all of these, to be honest with you. Here's my companion here. Now, all we want to do when we're in combat with a companion to take advantage of this one is aim at a target, and on the keyboard it's T. So I'm going to aim, I'm going to press T. Now notice when we are out of combat, it doesn't work, but as soon as we're in combat, it will work. So just be wary of that. That is going to mark a target, and then your companion's going to shoot at them. And if they kill that marked target, that's how you proc a priority kill. But yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to make my companion like start off encounters when we're out of combat. You've got to be in combat for all of this to work. So that's a key point for this. Don't go through the rage that I went through trying to get your companion to start off an encounter. Next is crossfire kill. So you or your companion kill an enemy after you have both dealt damage to it. This is going to grant 25% credit damage for 10 seconds and will award 40 command link points. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to get combat. We're going to target someone with our companion, wait for him to do some damage, and as soon as we see him do some damage, we'll do some damage as well. And that's how that one works. Once they're dead, you'll be able to proc that. Reposition. Companion completes a move to cover order. This is going to grant 40% reload speed for 10 seconds and awards 10 command link points. So I'm going to show you this out of combat because we don't need to be in combat for this. But when you're in cover, you notice your like cover to cover move that you do. Well, what you've also got is the T key to make your companion go into cover. And you can just order him what cover to take. So that one is as simple as that, and he'll cover wherever you tell him to. Then we have assist. You or your companion kill an enemy attacking the other. Grants 15% weapon damage for 10 seconds and awards 20 command link points. So it's not about you and your companion killing the same enemy and doing damage to the same enemy, because pretty much that's crossfire, right? This is you killing an enemy that is aiming at your companion, or your companion killing an enemy that is aiming at you. So what we could do here is basically just send our companion right in there. So he goes in, everybody takes aggro on him, and we can start killing them. That'd have been an assist. because he's aiming at our companion. Now there'd been an assist. And that's how easy that can be. You can just send your companion in, make sure everybody's aiming at him, you stay in cover far back, and you can just keep on getting assists very easily. Buddy Aid is next. You or your companion revive the other during combat. Grants 35% bonus armor for 10 seconds. This will award 45 command link points. This really doesn't need an explanation. If you go down, he's going to revive you. Not if you're unconscious, though. And if he goes down, you can revive him. I will show you how he revives, though. We're just going to grenade ourselves. Throw a hive out the way, actually. Rather than foam ourselves, we'll swap grenade as well. And when we take it down, he is going to pick us up. Again, if you're unconscious, he won't pick you up. But when you're just on your knees, you got someone that can revive you. Then the last one there is collateral kill. Companion kills an enemy on their own. This will award 15 command link points. So for this, you could just literally let your companion do as he pleases. He will get kills, but it's only going to count if he does kill someone on their own. So if you do any damage at all to that target, it's not going to count. But you can tell him to focus on that target. As long as you don't do no damage, you're going to be getting collateral kills with your companion. So basically, this will just happen passively like some of the other stuff, really. And if he kills anyone by themselves, you get it. Now, what this is going to do is, while you're doing all of this, a lot of it will just happen passively, so you don't need to focus on it if you don't want to. But eventually, you will build up your command link. You'll see that we've got one to use right now. The T is flashing. If I hold T at any point, it's going to do my companion's special ability. So with the Assault, he has an RPG. We're going to show you all the special abilities now and what they look like. So we'll run in to here again, and what we're going to do is try and get him to fire a rocket at these enemies. Now we want to get into combat first, otherwise we won't be able to do it. We're going to hold T, and he's going to fire his rocket. Hey, it's someone in the back. You got a kill. Well done. So that's the rocket launcher. We've just put on our engineer, and I'll show you the engineer's turret. So what I like to do when we use the engineer's turret is to put them in a cover where you want to put the turret. Make sure you are in combat, and we're going to be able to put the turret out there. So hold T. He'll put the turret out, and then the turret will do some work. Now this is a maxed out turret as well, so it's got explosive rounds and stuff. So it is pretty sick. You have to level it up to get those explosive rounds or whatever. But that turret will last for a certain duration, which I think can be extended with some passives. We will go over the passive soon. But that's what the engineer's turret looks like. And now for the medic, we'll just quickly get into combat and kill these enemies. And what the medic's going to do is put down a support station. This support station will cleanse you of any status effect. If you take it down, it will pick you up. Even if you go unconscious, it will pick you up. So it's pretty decent. It heals you as well when you're inside of it, but the heals aren't that great, as you can see. We've just gone out of combat, which is why that came up there quick. But yeah, it is a very good support station. The range at level 3 is quite large as well, and that's how long it lasts. And that is mostly everything you need to know about the global modifier this season with the active modifiers. We've still got to discuss hostile modifiers, passive modifiers, so we're going to do that now. But just remember, if you're not enjoying the companions, it can be a bit rage-inducing at first. I struggled with these, but in time, I got more used to it. You will have to do a lot of this stuff to complete the season's journey as well. I'll be doing a separate guide for the journey with some quick tips on how to get all that done also. But yeah, it's not that bad. You can play quite passively, to be honest with you. Lots of these are just going to work passively without thinking, which means you'll get your command link quite often just to use your command link when you want it. Or if you really don't like your companion, just do this. Don't have any active modifier equipped. That is better than turning off the modifiers this season, because the global modifier, again, once we have recruited 10 assault recruits, we're going to get 15% weapon damage. 10 medics, we got 20% hazard protection, and 10 engineers, we've got 15% skill efficiency. Now, when we deactivate our active modifier and we do not have any active companion, these bonuses are doubled. So I'll have 30% weapon damage, 40% hazard protection, and 30% skill efficiency. And if I'm playing in a group and they're using their companion and mine's deactivated, I believe I still get all of those double buffs. So that's the best way to play this season. If you do not like the companion feature, just make sure you're recruiting them to get all of these buffs, turn them off, take advantage of the double buffs. However, with the passive modifiers, I believe most of these, or if not all, are focused around having a companion out. So if you want to take advantage of some of these, you do want to have them. So let's go through the passive modifiers quickly before we finish on hostile modifiers. So the passive modifiers this season, these are all unlocked through the journey. You'll play the journey, you unlock all your passives. We'll start at the top and go down. Defense, we have extra measures. When your companion uses the active, you gain 40% bonus armor. So that's when you've got the command link charged fully up and you use it, you'll get that. Then there's adrenaline response. If your companion takes more than 30% damage in 15 seconds, they heal 50% armor and gain 25% rate of fire for 10 seconds. Command rally. When you revive your companion, allies within 10 meters heal 40% armor and gain 20% weapon handling for 10 seconds, 30-second cooldown. Bastion position. If your companion is targeted by 3 or more enemies, they receive 10% armor regen for 5 seconds. Combat lifeline. Using an armor kit heals your companion for 70% and boosts their movement speed by 20% for 10 seconds. Armor regiment. While your companion's active is running, they take 50% less damage. Then we have tactics. Shock and advance. After your companion uses their active, you both gain 20% movement speed and 15% rate of fire for 10 seconds on a 15-second cooldown. I really like that one. I'm going to put that in, and then we'll move to our next slot while we carry on. Locked in, 10% chance to instantly gain 50% command link after your companion uses their active. So imagine your turret being deployed on your engineer. You have a 50% chance, 10% chance that that's instantly going to gain 50% command link right away. Tactical expertise, your companion's active gains 20% area of effect radius. Then you've got command discipline. Your command link buff duration lasts 50% longer. So this is the command link buff. This isn't the command link thing that you proc at the end. So by buff, like I said, those collateral kills and things like that, all of those different buffs that you get for doing all of your teamwork stuff, they last for 10 seconds. Well, with this, they'll last for 15 seconds, which is pretty decent. I might throw that on as well. And then we'll go into the third one while we carry on. We have priority channel. Command link builds up 12% faster. And then finally, we have offense ones. There's no escape. When you and your companion aim at the same target, you gain 15% headshot damage. There is bombardment drill. After your companion throws a grenade, your next grenade within 10 seconds gains 35% damage and 30% radius. Easy targets. Your companion deals 20% damage to status affected enemies. Supply line. Every 3 kills by your companion instantly reloads your weapon and grants 30 high velocity rounds. We're going to put that on. Rapid tactics. When your companion uses the active ability, your skill cooldowns are reduced by 30%. Systems integration. Using deploying any skill within 10 meters of your companion grants 1+ skill tier and 10% skill efficiency for 10 seconds on a 20-second cooldown. And finally, target paint. Enemies damaged by your companion are also pulsed for 5 seconds. So I kind of like the 3 that I've put on. Maybe I would take off I'm not sure what I'd take off. I like the movement speed. I like the command link buff one as well. But I also like that one when you and your companion aim at the same target, you get 15% headshot damage. So it's a few decent ones there. Use whatever you want for your playstyle. That's all of the passives this season. And then finally, hostile modifiers. Let's take a look at these this season. We have 3 hostile modifiers. We have Jammer, we have Commander, and we have Fire Team. So for Jammer, the enemies are going to have this Jammer icon above their heads. And the description is this: hidden enemy who slows command link gain by 50% and disables passive modifiers until found and eliminated. The counter to this is command your companion to attack or close in to reveal the Jammer, eliminate to restore abilities, and gain 35% skill ace for 25 seconds on kill. trigger a 15-meter EMP blast. Now, you don't really notice these that often because they are hidden and your companion has to get close to them to reveal them. But while you're killing enemies, what you'll notice is sometimes there's going to be a big blue EMP blast. Well, that was the jammer enemy. When you see an enemy die and it's a big blue explosion, that was a jammer. We'll try and find this now. So for example, if one of these was a jammer, we can already see a commander there. We'll go over commander in a minute, but that's the blue icon. So we've already seen that. But if we make our companion kind of rush and get close to them, if there was a jammer there, the jammer would be revealed, which they haven't. The commander, basically, they're just tankier. They're going to take more HP, or they have damage reduction or something like that. We'll go over them in a moment. They're quite easy and they always show up. But there's the big blue explosion that you're seeing. So that enemy there was a jammer, and you know they were a jammer because of the blue explosion. But to reveal the symbol, we would have had to get our companion closer to them. So yeah, so just remember the jammer, while they're hidden, they are going to disable your passive modifiers and they're going to slow down your command link, but you'll kill them quick enough. The commander that we've seen in the clip there, the description for this is a heavily armored enemy that has 60% damage resistance and 25% additional damage, who buffs 3 nearby allies within 7 meters with 15% damage. The counter to this is keep crossfire with your companion to strip damage reduction and make the commander vulnerable. Killing him disrupts buffed allies and grants 20% crit damage for 10 seconds. So basically, mark him with your ally, both of you deal damage to get him gone quicker. If you just focus him on your own, you're going to have to deal with that 60% damage resistance. And then finally, there's Fire Team. So for Fire Team, 2 linked enemies share 35% damage resistance and healing. The counter to this is to damage both within 4 seconds to break the link and trigger an 8-second vulnerability window. Finish them for 3% armor regen per second for 20 seconds. So this is what this looks like. You see these are Fire Team. They've got this red line going between them and the icon above their head. So when you see this attachment between enemies, that is what a Fire Team is. So within 4 seconds, you're meant to do damage to both of them to make them vulnerable. Or you can just kill them like that. In all honesty, I don't really pay attention to these while I was playing. I just went and killed enemies. Obviously, you notice the commander more than anything because they do seem a lot tankier. So they can be a bit annoying, get you into some tight situations. But the easiest way, again, to deal with them is just get your companion to focus them with you and you deal with them very, very quickly. The jammers, as annoying as they sound, they actually, I think they're pretty when they explode. It's quite cool to look at. And the Fire Team, I didn't even notice. Now, you are going to have to kill all these as part of the journey as well, but that's pretty much going to happen through natural gameplay. I don't mind these this season at all. They didn't really affect the game too much. Like I said, the most noticeable was the commander. But that is everything for this video. I do think I have covered everything. Again, like I said at the start, if I have missed anything and you've got some questions, just post them down below. I'll try and answer them the best I can. But I've tried to be thorough there for you, and I hope the video has been helpful. We do this every single season for people that just want a breakdown of how all this works. So yeah, thank you for watching. If this has been helpful, don't forget to hit like and drop a comment regardless. Say anything. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate it. If you're new here, hit subscribe for more content. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed this season and take care.